Well, unfortunately, once again, we have to talk about News 12, and they're not covering a major crime story. There was a robbery, an armed bank robbery in Carle Place today, on Old Country Road. Did they talk about it? No. This is what they covered.
Making headlines on News 12, Long Island parents are sounding off about the state's mask mandate.
Here we go, gearing to a certain demographic again.
Action against Governor Kathy Hochul. And unemployment benefits run out for thousands of Long Islanders this weekend as job growth hits its lowest point all year. Good evening, and thank you for watching News 12.
Now, I will say they did a good job covering Ida's aftermath. I'm going to give them credit for that. They usually do a good job with covering storms, but when it comes to crime, it's another story completely.
We begin tonight's show with the latest on Ida's aftermath. President Biden approved an
So I'm glad they're talking about what happened here. Obviously, a major disaster with Ida, as we already know. But here we go. Afghanistan. This is not local news.
Administration has left more Americans behind than it has previously stated. Officials estimate that no more.
So again, this shows you what they're gearing to. Again, that's not local news. Transition of power, political news. So they're not even talking about the bank robbery. No, they're not even talking about that. They're not even talking about that.
The police. To watch the full interview with Benjamin, just visit news12.com and
so, and then back to the pandemic again.
Parents are up in arms over the state's mask mandate. News 12's Antoinette Biordi has that story.
That's Smithtown that they were in. I know that spot really well. And again,
it's Labor Day weekend, but these parents in Smithtown are not backing down.
That's where I catch the bus in Smithtown.
To unmask their children.
All white people. You have that demographic in Smithtown too. Look at these people, all. Don't you get it? Kids haven't been vaccinated yet. Most kids haven't been vaccinated, so they have to wear the mask. So again, look at how much time they spend covering this.
Coronavirus numbers.
Here we go again. More about the pandemic. More about the pandemic. More about the pandemic.
Government was aiding
unemployment. I mean, this is what they gear to. It's all economic news. It's so obvious. They don't care about the crime going on. They turn a blind eye to the crime in the middle of the island because they don't have to deal with it. They're sitting in their safe enclaves. They don't have to deal with the crime that we have to deal with.
Islanders are kicking their feet.
And guess where they are?
Celebrating Labor Day weekend, but
South Shore.
This year, we're celebrating in the shadow of the coronavirus pandemic. News 12's Logan Crawford.
Guess where they are?
How Long Islanders
South Shore again.
And staying safe this weekend. I just wish everybody is safe.
You're in a certain demographic again. Long Beach. Long Beach again. There they are. Long Beach again. South Shore. What else is new? It's just so obvious what this station gears to.
Crowds this holiday weekend.
And I gotta keep calling them out. I mean, how can you miss the crime, the ban? I'm glad they had Craig Allen on. All right, I'm glad. It's the only good thing about that they had Craig Allen on. He's very good. But again, they're mostly on the South Shore, and I think they're on the South Shore again too later on, if I'm not mistaken. And they didn't even talk about the fireworks at Eisenhower Park. They didn't even talk about that. Well, I'll show you. They didn't even talk about that. Let's see.
For community pickup basketball game. News 12's Andrew Andrews says it's all part of the department's community outreach program.
Let's see where they are now.
This is no ordinary basketball game.
It's friendly competition and with a purpose.
Amityville. South Shore. That's Amityville. Yep, South Shore again. Amityville's on the South Shore. You know, you do see some diversity here, but if you get out the middle of the island, you're going to all be priced out because they're taking over the Amityville's becoming
an enclave. From food to shopping to competitions, it's a fun event that's perfect for the entire family. The fair will open at 10 a.m. and run until 5 p.m. at Old Bethpage Village.
All right, that's the middle of the island. Okay.
Stunt dogs.
They cover that, but they don't cover the crime.
Wow. Beautiful. Celebrate America was a free fireworks show and concert at the Harry Chapin Lakeside.
Oh, they did
Theater.
actually cover it.
More
Okay.
than 7,000 people came out to enjoy the
Camera's out of
band and
focus.
the fireworks. The show was to honor everyone.
Well, there's some people there.
To get
Well, all right, I'll give them credit. They did cover that, but again, they didn't cover the bank robbery.
Featured a ceremony honoring the men and women of the
that's in Lido Beach.
followed by a performance by Mike Del Judas and Big Shot at Town Park Point Lookout.
We're just saying to them, thank you. You gave us those services during the pandemic.
Of course, they spend more time in Point Lookout, of course, because it's the South Shore, of course. It's what they geared, you know. So here you go. This is the crime. Nobody's reporting on it so far. Armed robbery on Old Country Road. Police closed off the Chase Bank at 400 Old Country Road in Carle Place, reporting an armed robbery. The suspect, a male black, 6'4", with a black hoodie, displayed a gun inside the bank. He then took off with cash. The suspect took off westbound Old Country Road, and police are searching around. Chopper notified. So there you go. That's what you're dealing with in the middle of the island. And again, nobody's really talking about it. Hasn't made any news. I Googled Carle Place. There's nothing here about it. Nothing. Only Laura Uli again. The same thing happened when they had that shooting in New Hyde Park, too. They're just trying to cover up what's going on with the crime here. News 12 covers that because it happened in Patchogue. Because it happened on the South Shore. You know? But they didn't cover this. Somebody was struck by a vehicle in Hempstead. They didn't cover that. They didn't cover that. You go to their site. Here we are. Many hitting the beach. It's all about the South Shore. It's all about the South Shore. I'm tired of this, man. What about the rest of us in the middle of the island? We don't count, right? We're just a forgotten wasteland. That's what it feels like. So I'll keep you posted on this. Again, this is going to be not a very long video, but because I don't have much information to tell you. I can just show you where it happened. I mean, this was a broad daylight armed robbery at a bank. And the suspect fled on foot. And what was interesting is when I was going to the fireworks, here's the Chase Bank right here. When I was going to the fireworks, I got on the bus at Hicksville, and there was this guy who got on the bus in a hoodie, and he was acting really suspicious, looking around. Maybe he's the guy who's eluding police, for all we know. This is the crap that we've got to deal with in the middle of the island that's being dumped in our towns. It's all part of the plan, as you know. So that's all I have for now. Again, I don't have any information, but we'll keep you posted. Whenever I do get information, it seems like it's not a priority to talk about these crimes that are happening. In the middle of that, I mean, across from all this, because it's not a certain demographic. Oh, you know, if it happened on the South Shore, it would have gotten reported, but because it's not a certain demographic, it doesn't matter. It's just all about these preppy white people. That's what News 12, and that's what everybody seems to want to gear to. And if you're not with that particular group of people, then you're treated like you don't even matter. You're treated like you're worthless. It's only about these preppy people right now. Where does Cedar Beach rank about? You got to be kidding me. This is what they gear to. There you go.